All right, guys, this is your first video for the day. This is actually just a little bit of a review. We are going to touch on min-max at the end, but when we get onto the second example is where we're going to be adding a new twist to this same type of problem. So here we have a standard form quadratic, and we want to put it in vertex form. Okay, so steps we're used to seeing. First thing we need to do, we need to create a blank on the right-hand side by moving 7 over. We have y minus 7 equals x squared minus 8x. And now we have room for these blanks. Y minus 7 plus something equals x squared minus 8x plus something. And notice we haven't had to do anything on this right-hand side other than move 7 over because this has always been a 1 out front. That's going to be what changes today, so just get ready for that. So we have to figure out what number we're going to add here. So it's going to be the same formula of b over 2 quantity squared. That's going to be negative 8 over 2 squared. That's negative 4 squared. Don't know what's happening with my pen here. And that's going to be, we're adding 16 to both sides. So we add 16 to the left, add 16 to the right. We really want to add 16 to the right because that makes a perfect square trinomial, but we can't just choose one side. Well, with math, when we add something to one side of an equation, we add it to the other. So now on the left-hand side, we combine these like terms here. We get y plus 9 equals, on the right-hand side, we have this perfect square trinomial. And so again, we want to factor that. We'd be looking for factors of positive 16x squared that can combine to be a negative 8x. That's going to be negative 4x and negative 4x. Now, we know our shortcut is that this is going to factor into x minus 4 and x minus 4, which when we write it down on the right-hand side is x minus 4 quantity squared. Finally, we take our number on the left side, move it back over to get into vertex form because vertex form has y all by itself on the left. So we have x minus 4 quantity squared minus 9 because we subtract 9 from both sides. Okay? Now, that tells us our vertex, this is vertex form. That tells us our vertex is going to be 4 because we flip this one, comma negative 9 because we keep this one. But we're past the point also of just calling it a vertex. We know what type it should be. Go back up to the original problem or look right here in vertex form. Okay? Take a look at what's out front. What's out front here is a positive 1. Okay? Similar to the very beginning of the problem when we had a positive 1 out front in standard form. And we know that in standard form and vertex form, whatever number out front tells us what way our parabola is opening. More specifically, if it's a positive number like we have here, okay, that means our parabola opens upwards, giving this a minimum. So your minimum value right there, our vertex form is right there.